lose. Play your ass off and play for one another.
Ain't nobody safe.
Let's get it, fellas. Come on.
The snap drop, it wasn't those. Toward the sideline, a caught ball inside ground territory. Mike Evans.
Matt gonna gun it deep. Marvin Hall running a blur. Caught it. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Newton fakes to McCaffrey. Goes tunnel screen to Samuel. Samuel twist to the 10. Samuel to the 5.
Go, 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 go.
Samuel third ever, fourth ever touchdown.
He won't be stopped.
Looks to the far sideline, wide open. Traquan Smith. And Traquan Smith is going to go to the end zone. Drew Brees has done it.
I love you, bro. I love you, bro. I love you, bro.
37 days until kickoff 2019. Fifth straight day of practice in Metairie, Louisiana. It's Inside Training Camp Live, presented to you by State Farm. I'm Andrew Siciliano. This is James Palmer. Good news. The rain has stopped in Metairie. Bad news. Michael Thomas is still not there. So, James, in his absence, who's standing out catching passes from Drew Brees?
Well, it's Jared Cook. And before I get to that, they're running gunner drills behind me right now. So if this is my final report, I really enjoyed working for NFL Network. It's been a dream the last couple of years. If I get leveled over the next minute or two, I've really enjoyed my time working with you guys.
It'll
now,
make good TV,
on to Jared
though.
Cook. Just a couple of minutes, exactly. Just a couple of minutes ago, he made a couple of leaping catches during one-on-one drills. And all the reports I've gotten over the last couple of days is Jared Cook has been turning heads. He comes here, wants to play opposite of Michael Thomas. I've spoken to him at length in the offseason about the time that he's taken watching and dissecting this Saints offense, about how he can play a role with so much attention going to Michael Thomas on one side of the field that he believes it's going to benefit him and this offense to operate on the other side. And everything that I have heard is he has been absolutely fantastic. And one of the parts about that growth and development and quick chemistry with Drew Brees is Cook told me that Drew Brees and Sean Payton are both fantastic teachers. He said the way that they teach me this offense and the way they explain it to me is a big part of why things are clicking so quickly. And one other side note to you, Andrew, is number 37 used to be Buck Allen. Right now it is Rob Kelly out there, the running back. Allen hasn't been out here at all during camp. I have been told that Rob Kelly has been signed by the Saints and sticking with the backfield. Also a note, Latavius Murray has missed the last two practices as well. A little bit thin back there, but we have seen some great signs from Jared Cook so far early here in camp.
That would be Rob Kelly, the former Redskin, affectionately known as Fat Rob, who played his college football there down the road at Tulane. So Rob Kelly is wearing number 37 as we take a look at some Saints practice here. You know, it's interesting. Jared Cook is well-traveled. He's made a lot of plays, a lot of places. But Michael Robinson, you say that there's something that he does really well that keeps getting him jobs.
Yeah, I mean, Jared Cook, tight end, the fact that he can actually block on the line of scrimmage is a main reason why he keeps getting jobs. I mean, whenever you've seen Drew Brees with this type of a pass-catching tight end, the last time with Jimmy Graham, he was on fire, and Drew Brees is always on fire. But Jared Cook is, to me, even better because he's going to give you something in the run game. Play action is going to be a little bit more viable now because when he starts to block to a defense, that safety is going to have to come up to the run game, and then that offers more opportunities in the passing game for Drew Brees. So to hear that he's turning heads, I think is awesome.
As James said, things are cooking with this offense. Jared Cook, I see what he did there. James, want to go back to what we were talking about before, and that is just the overall feel of this camp. Last year, the message from Sean Payton was prove them right. In other words, everyone thought they were a Super Bowl team after what happened in Minnesota the year before in the postseason with Stephon Diggs. Prove those people right. They almost got there last year. We're not going to go down the road of what happened. But how does this team feel now trying to start all over again?
Yeah, Andrew, I'm going to go back to OTAs when I was down here. And OTA practice that I watched here was more competitive than anyone I've seen across the league. I'll point out a specific play. After a team rep between Eli Apple and Michael Thomas went down, some things were said. After the next rep, where Michael Thomas and Eli Apple got wrapped up, Thomas still made the catch. Apple goes to the ground. Michael Thomas threw the football at him, flexed over top of him, And the two started jawing at each other again. I spoke to Eli Apple after practice. No hard feelings. He said that's the competitiveness that Mike Thomas brings. That's the competitiveness we need in a camp following what happened the last 2 years. So that play sticks out to me because of the vibe of this camp after the way the last 2 seasons have ended. And we talked about Jared Cook earlier. He was the new face. That same day I went up to him in the locker room and I asked him, have you ever seen an OTA like this in your life? He's been on 5 teams. Because I've never seen anything like this in my life with guys going at each other like this. And when I talked to Sean Payton about it, he said it's that edge that we want to keep. We want to teeter right on that line to where I can keep these guys as competitive as possible. Again, after the way these last 2 seasons ended, you have to be a head coach that monitors the situation in a fashion of going, how do I keep that edge of my team? And to me, it looks like it's definitely there from the days that I've spent down here.
Yeah, James. And something key that you said was all of that started from Michael Thomas, and he's not there in camp right now. What's your feeling in that wide receiver room? How are the guys feeling getting more reps, younger guys getting more reps with Drew Brees?
Yeah, that's a big thing, Rob, to come out of this. I was wondering how practice looks without Michael Thomas because of what he brings and what he brings in the energy and to bring up the rest of the group. Now these guys are getting a chance to go out there and work and get more reps with Drew Brees. Now you have to remember, when they cut Cameron Meredith just the other day, Sean Payton pointed out he's kind of gone because he was never going to catch up to our young guys. That's how good this young receiver group has looked in the eyes of the head coach. Keith Kirkwood has been getting run with the ones. You've seen Treadwell as well getting run with the ones. These guys are now getting an opportunity because there's so much focus in this offense that goes towards Michael Thomas. And you got to remember, down the stretch, they didn't have Ted Ginn Jr. either. He's now back, and the speedsters can still run. So I do think the group is getting added opportunities without him here, but you have to think, do they still have the same juice without a guy and a leader like Michael Thomas pushing them along the way he does day in and day out?
Ted Ginn is still going to be able to run fast at 40, which is what Drew Brees is, who just threw that pass. Drew Brees, 40 years old, the oldest projected starting quarterback in the NFC. Thank you, James Palmer. There in Metairie as we watch Saints practice today. Michael Thomas is not in New Orleans, but Carson Wentz is in Philadelphia, which is where we are going next. We're going to go one-on-one with the Eagles quarterback as we continue an Inside Training Camp Live, presented to you by State Farm on NFL Network.
Get this party started. I'm good. Humbly sit next to men that shaped my life.
I'm really looking forward to this, and we just gonna sit and just talk about stories.
When they told me who was going to be there, I was like, I got to be there, of course. These are all guys that I would watch when I was playing. It's like being back in the locker room.
You got to be kidding me. This is the best of the best. And I'm elated. I can't wait to get in there.
I'm sitting next to Ray Lewis.
I'm sitting next to Willie Lanier.
I'm sitting across from Lawrence Taylor.
We're going to be here all day, baby.